Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for supporting this channel. Today, I want us to look at something very critical because after the Kenya Kwanza team made a statement that they were ready to name the running mate, it seems the issue of the running mate is not only an Azimio factor, but it's also bringing issues on the other side. When IBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati called on the presidential candidates to name their running mate on 22nd tomorrow, when on 22nd, rather on 28th next week, when they are going to take their presidential, when they are going to nominate their presidential candidates, the IBC has actually made that statement that it will be a must. However, on Azimio's side, Makau Mutua responded to IBC telling them that the Azimio team will work with the 6th June that is stipulated in the constitution. Rigathi Gachagua on the other side, while appearing on a KTN News interview, also opined that they are not under pressure by the IBC timeline and they will work with the June 6th. So what the Star is also reporting is that Ruto is going for a retreat with typically UDA insiders on Sunday and Monday. And after that retreat, it is that retreat that he's going to work on, or he's going to come up with the presidential running mate. It is not yet, they have not yet divided who and who will be in that retreat. But what we understand is that it will be a typically UDA Ruto's retreat. So Musalia Mudavadi will not be part of it. And as time goes, I think Rigathi has announced twice that the Central Kenya are going to get the running mate in Kenya Kwanza. When he mentioned about it in February when Ruto was away, the ANC side protested, and of course there was some sort of trying to manage the situation. But this time round he mentioned about it, and it seems people are quiet. So what the truth here is that Deputy President's running mate is going to come from Central Kenya. After that retreat, he is going to meet within the 2 days retreat. He's going to meet with the campaign strategy team. Now that one will be including Musalia Mudavadi and Josephat Nanok, David Ndii, and the other team, including the Farouk Kibet, who is his personal aide, so that he could explain to them about that choice. Then, after that meeting, he will then converge with the 12 representatives of the 12 constituent parties that are in Kenya Kwanza, so that he can unveil that running mate before perhaps doing a public, making it public to Kenyans on who is going to be his deputy. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is something I want to mention about the running mate, and I think that is why most contestants for the running mate position are simply not paying attention to it. Number one, that Raila Odinga is choosing a running mate, and president is behind him, telling him which kind of deputy president he needs, because the president is talking about an experience. And in the Azimio side, people are jostling for it because there is they are very pessimistic, they are very optimistic that Raila is going to become the president. On the other side, and it seems no one is coming out to claim that position, unlike the Azimio side, it is simply because that is the person that is going to bear the burden of the Central Kenya people. And so it's something that is very delicate. Well, the second thing that the running mates are not seeing is that it must be that you either be the running mate for the 10 years, or you want to be a running mate and after 5 years you want to be a presidential candidate. Those are the two issues. But now I want us to go to our wall. I want us to go to our chat, and someone was saying I'm a mwalimu interestingly. But then I was trying just to break it down to this chart on what Ruto might consider or the options in table for William Ruto when he's picking the running mate. I want us to look at this. One is there is this card of the gender card. It's the zebra. I will analyze, I think sometime tomorrow on the issue of the zebra ticket. Zebra ticket is where there is a woman and a man. The zebra ticket is very good, but the gender card, I don't think Ruto has someone that can really bring it, because in any case, they make a mistake and pick a woman running mate. First, in Kenya Kwanza, I think they don't have someone amongst these people who will fit the bill. But if he's to go for the woman, then he has three options. That is Susan Kihika, Wahome, and Waiguru. Susan Kihika is already having issues in Nakuru with Kimani Ngunjiri and Jen Kihara, and she's the candidate for governor there. But it seems there are some underlying issues because she has been named as the mole. I still insist that the issue of the mole was a political propaganda to deflate her fortunes in UDA. Alice Wahome doesn't look promising because of she's more inclined to Kandara, and she's from Murang'a. Kihika is from Nakuru, which might be perceived as from Rift Valley. So many people will, and you know, politics is about perception. It will be perceived that Ruto has picked the running mate from Rift Valley. Then Waiguru is good, but the boxes are ticked because Waiguru has national traction. She has the vigor. If she's to inject some financial muscle into the presidential campaign, she can manage, but she's tarnished. So because of the scandals that she experienced there, even though I need to put a disclaimer that when it comes to the elections, it seems the Kenyan electorates don't look at it. But just because of that, she's not. She fits the bill. If Ruto has to go for the running mate female, it will be Waiguru. But this is the trick, because you must also pick your running mate in the context of what the other side. Is Waiguru going to bring a chunk of the central Kenya vote? The answer is yes. But how about if you pick Waiguru and Raila picks Martha Karua? The women constituency will likely tilt towards Martha Karua because you cannot compare the two. Even though now it's interesting that they come from the same county. Then, do UDA have a governor candidate in central Kenya? Let me say something. Ruto might be comfortable picking Waiguru for the DP and even miss on that governor, because Ngirishi is running away with that seat. He's almost on her way to go with that ticket. So this is very questionable, but Waiguru can be there. Now, there is something that if he has to go to central Kenya for the numbers are in these three constituencies, these three counties. That is Murang'a, Nyeri, and Kiambu. Those are the three counties where there is numbers. Kiambu has 1.2, but because of some tactical reasons, remember the presence of Uhuru Kenyatta from Kiambu, they might not take the seat back there. But these are the three counties. If he is to consider these three, then Gachagua is from Nyeri, fits the bill. Kabogo is also here, and Ndindi Nyoro. I want to say something on Nyoro. Kabogo is out because of likelihood of going to Kiambu is less likely. You know, the politics of Uhuru was from Nyeri or from Kiambu. Nyoro is, sorry to say, in this list, amongst all these people, Nyoro is the least I expect. This guy is a first-time MP and just won the seat recently. So in there, I think the boxes might be ticked for Gachagua. Now, look at the wild card. And I've called it wild card because it goes against this. This wild card is, I picked this card from Moses Kuria. And Moses Kuria was sharing that he shared a post, I think in his Facebook page. You can look at this post here. And he was saying, Kithure Kindiki and Muturi. This is wild because these two leaders come from Nyeri, from Meru and Tharaka, and there is the politics of Gema East, Gema West. So if Ruto is to pick Muturi or Kindiki, it will be on, yes, Muturi is a unifier, Kindiki is a unifier, and also Peter Munya. If someone will tell me that Peter Munya is Azimio, but they still, if he's called for the running mate this side and Azimio are not giving running mate, he's likely to run. And of course, this is not a wild name. Politics is not about, is about interest. So, if he's go for the wild card and is these three, Muturi, Munya, and Kindiki. But there is something that puts an X on Kindiki. Kindiki on Munya. Munya's box is ticked because he's not loyal. These are a CS who has sticked with Uhuru for the last 5 years, so he cannot be highly trusted. But let me say something. If Deputy President William Ruto is to pick a running mate that can bring tangible numbers, someone with confirmed numbers, that can only be one person, Peter Munya. So that is what I want us to look at here, because it's going to give us a basis on how on who exactly fit the bills, and by the end of it, I will tell you why my choice on what I expect on DP Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, kindly take a second and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that when we publish a video, YouTube will be notifying you. And also, most importantly, you can share with us who do you think fits the bill. I want to mention there are some 4 aspects that will be on table for whoever Ruto will pick. Number 1, Ruto needs a candidate that has less presidential ambitions, someone that is not interested, so that they can work for 5 years, and if he's to seek a second term, the person can still stick with him, the way Ruto worked with the president. Unlike that, on the Azimio side, Raila Odinga's running mate must be ready to go home with him. And that is why I mentioned that it was time for Kalonzo Musyoka to leave that. That is number 1. And because of those less presidential ambitions, that's why even Mudavadi is not on that list. Because Mudavadi deal will be, I support you 5, you support me 5. Number 2, the vigor and traction. He needs someone who can campaign in central Kenya, can bring that team together, and they can make a point. Someone that has that traction. And that is why Weguru's box is ticked. Number 3, Ruto needs a weak candidate who is not the kingpin. He doesn't need a candidate who wants to become a kingpin. And in all these requirements, this is one that is very critical, these other 2. He needs one that does not want to be a kingpin, and number 2, one that is a typical UDA loyal insider. One who cannot be kingpin is the wild card of Muturi and Kithure Kindiki. One that can be so insider and loyal, Kithure Kindiki is Munya is out, Muturi is out, Kindiki can be loyal because he is not vying for any seat. He is going to seek for that deputy president position. Gachagua was once President Uhuru Kenyatta's personal assistant. Ndindi Nyoro is at the masses because he's the first time MP. If he loses that seat, he will likely go to the president. So because of those 5 qualities, I want to come down to my point that if Ruto does not go for the zebra ticket, zebra is the woman, then he's going to pick one Kithure Kindiki. And if he doesn't pick Kithure Kindiki, then most likely to get the Gachagua. And if you are to decide on who, I will really be happy to see them going for Anne Waiguru for my personal reasons. Asanteni sana. Guys, are you staying somewhere where you experience blackouts? Check out into this poster here. This is Instalight Company. They do power backup systems into the companies, in homes and business places. Contact them at 0722 818 883, 0722 818 883. Yes, and tell them I've been sent by Kevin Oduor. Turn into the next. People, this is to kindly request you to support my brother Balozi Media, gospel artist doing some amazing work there. Kindly check out his Facebook, his YouTube page. He has really blessing songs there. Kindly support this guy. Just a journey to 1,000. I want to thank you because since we started promoting him, he has now grown from 400 now to 600, and I'll be so glad if he reaches the 1,000 because that is the threshold for YouTube to monetize his channel, and through that he will be in a position to earn from his talent. Asanteni sana, kindly rush there, Balozi Media.